Hi Chelsea, it's Friday and I'm in Parque Mexico. Empty bench, yes, thank you. So here I am. I finally found an empty spot in this park that's covered with bugs, at least gnats. But whatever, don't mind my really dirty hands. I just came from working in the garden all afternoon, so yeah, that's there. So I wanted to talk about your decision-making theme because I think it's really important. It's easy to think of decisions as external things, in that I'm going to decide where to go to school, for example, or what job to take, or where to move. But it's also lots of internal decisions of how do you want to view your life. And that is something that I really changed in the last 2 weeks that has made all the difference. And I want to talk about that. Part of a decision that I made for myself this week was to take my health seriously. I wasn't doing that. I was kind of in that mode of waiting until July and then I'd take my health seriously because the universe would be different then somehow. So I've learned from that, and it's been amazing to really be able to put my own health and well-being first, and I've felt the difference both physically and emotionally and everything, and it's been wonderful. So even just a subtle life outlook decision is really not that subtle. It really changes how you look at everything and how you feel and how everything seems. And so I've been in the same place doing similar things, and yet everything just seems more magical and wonderful after this decision to really take care of myself. Voiceover time. So this is the urban garden I found a few months ago near my apartment. I went to volunteer twice last month and it just didn't click. So I pushed it away and went back to waiting until I go home to resume my urban gardening sustainability interests. But once I changed my mindset, I realized that not acting on my environmentalist identity while living here was part of what was making me feel lost. And I alone have the power to change that. So I've signed up to volunteer here weekly, and I'm even leading a volunteer seminar in a few weeks. The garden completely changed for me solely because of my outlook, while the physical space remains the same as when I first visited. This is a pop-up market. It comes every Tuesday a few blocks away from my apartment. I've been to countless markets like this one, and there's something I truly miss about Mexico. There's just this life and colorful magic to them. But recently, even markets were losing their sparkle, since all I could think about was the yummy Mexican foods I can't eat because of my stomach issues. But after putting my health first, not only do I no longer end up buying things that upset my stomach, but I also walk through simply admiring the market for what it is. A collage of sights, sounds, and smells unique to this culture and place, and you can experience that without having to buy anything. Now I walk through markets appreciating my chance to explore them, while also finding pleasure in the foods I can have, like the salted crunchy peas I found at this stall that are so delicious. So this is Tepoztlan. This is where my friend and I went here for a weekend, a little vacation retreat, and we were watching the sunrise, and it was just so beautiful, and the birds were chirping, and I didn't want to go home because there was nothing like this at home. And then I went back home to the city, and I realized that on my roof there's also birds, and there's also a view, and there's also sunrises and sunsets, and it's pretty damn beautiful, and you should just make the decision to appreciate it. Thanks, Chelsea. I'll see you next Friday.